It's crazy how fast this all came together. you know,
When you have a good plan,
A good
it all
plan
ties
and a
together.
good team, bro. I don't know why people try to do this on their own. This is the best team game you could play because the deals are so massive.
yeah, for sure. So this one, send some RVMs out to agents because I just wanted to talk to people. To be honest, I felt like going through listings online, it just wasn't the best use of my time. So I was just trying to spread the message out there, what I was looking for. Got a bunch of listings sent to me. So I have like more properties to even send offers to because there's a bunch of these agents. All these agents are looking at a bunch of deals every day. So anyways, somebody brings something in front of me. I get really cool with the agent. He's really motivated to sell the property because he wants to get paid too. It's 100 acres. They had it at 13 an acre, and then I talked to the agent. He's like, "Look, man, I think they'll take 10 an acre. They just wanted to see what the market would do if we did it for 13, but they'll take 10. We knew it was a deal, and then we offered 12 months to close with $10,000 in EMD released straight to the seller. So they got them to dance with us for a little bit. We went back and forth a couple of times, but we ended up selling it for, $10,000 an acre, 2% EMD released to the seller, and then that bought us 8 months to close. So they know exactly what we're doing. They know we're going to be marketing the property, pre-selling tracks, and looks like we might have, God willing, all the tracks sold soon. So this has all been in the span of a couple weeks.
So the day we contracted 100 acres for a million cash, this was roughly like what, 14 days ago or less?
Yeah, 14 or less.
Okay, and then we think we have offers coming in for the whole entire property by tomorrow.
Exactly. So yesterday on Labor Day, I went out in the morning. There was about 20 people there, six, seven different families, and they want to buy all of it and kind of do like a family compound. So super cool that we're able to help them make this dream come to life too.
Boom. Right place, right time, right price, perfect setup. We had 8 months to move it. Seller knows we're selling the property. So there's no sleight of hand. There's no dishonesty, like with wholesaling where you got to try to pull a fast one. Just straight up, clean deal. And then what should all of those offers come in at for the property if we get what we were asking? And it sounds like they're going to make the full price offer. What do you think what do you think we should net on this one roughly?
Somewhere around 600 grand.
$600,000 in 14 days. That's not a bad business to be in, man. So that's why I try to tell everybody, like, I know it gets frustrating. I know it gets old. I know deals fall apart. Deals take time to close. But once a year, twice a year, this happens. It happens often in this business. And of course, if you're doing what Alan's doing and you're going after volume, it starts to happen at a more fast pace. Like I said, he already threw out another offer on top of this. So I think when people get a deal or they get a contract, they rest on that deal because they feel good, like they got something in the bank. But I think that's the opposite of what you should do. You should do what Alan does. He goes out and he's going to go find out another 50 of these, in the next 12 months. And I wish everybody would just do that. Kyle does it. Some people do it, some people don't. I don't know what it is, that switch in your brain. But when you have something in your hand, a contract in your hand, a deal in your hand, it's not time to rest. It's time to go harder. And then you'll come across deals like this more often. So, dude, yeah, congrats, man. You're freaking smoking, killing it. And we're just super proud of you, man. I'm glad to be working with you. And yeah, it's a perfect combination. It's exactly what HiveMind was designed for. You brought your A game to the table, brought a deal to the table. We helped make a crazy offer, help sell it. Boom. That's a perfect partnership.
It's a team effort for sure.
I love it, man. It's the best business, the best company that I've ever been around, the best people, the most honest, genuine people. Nobody in here is going to steal your deal. Nobody's going to beat you up for your deal. So it's a cool group that we've assimilated. But like I said, it's tremendous. I don't even know what 9-to-5 jobs pay anymore, but to make 600 grand in 2 weeks, it kind of, you can catch up 10 years of life in that business, and making that amount of money. So congrats, dude. What are we going to cover today, Daniel? Is Kyle going to take this one over or what?
Yeah, I think Kyle wants to cover relationships, agent relationships, and I think he wanted to cover some deals today.
I think knowing what you're looking for is everything. Absolutely everything. Makes this business super fun and interesting.
Yep. What's up, guys? First of all, Alan, great job of finding that deal, bro. It was a great one. Someone on our team, I want to talk about agent relationships, and this goes both on the buying and the selling side for us. On the buying side, obviously, you find someone that's motivated and they understand our processes and they understand how we operate. And they want to get a deal done with us. They're willing to give us a discount. They're willing to give us time. They understand the full extent of what we're doing as far as marketing and just our whole entire business model in any way they can help. So that's on the buy side. On the sell side, the families that were there over the weekend or yesterday, I'm sorry, someone on our team did a campaign, an agent blast texting campaign that I think he sent out 100 texts, found this agent. She goes, "You guys are undervalued. I want to add my fee on top and bring in an entire family to buy this thing on the individual lots." And that was an agent relationship just on touching a certain agent after 100 texts. She was ready to go. I've heard that phrase a couple times where she's like, "I'm going to sell this whole thing." And so I kind of took it with a grain of salt, but she went out there. She brought 20 plus people out there. She walked the property. She's ready to write contract. She said, "Send me an example contract you guys use. What terms do you guys want?" Like she's game for whatever. She's like, "I don't even want a commission. I'm going to add my fee on top." So she's like, "I know you guys are undervalued. I'm going to sell it to them at retail." And I said, we were like, "I don't give a shit because, you're paying us what we want." Actually, what's really cool is she doesn't want to be paid. She wants one of our lots that has a house on it in return for her work, which equates to like she's adding like 35 grand on top of each individual lot, and it equates to basically the purchase price of the house and the lot. And that's what she wants in return of payment. She doesn't want to get paid. She literally just wants the house and the lot. So her niche was finding
Motivated seller. We're the
niche.
motivated seller.
Yeah. Well, yes, yeah, we're the motivated seller, obviously, but her niche was she was a badass agent out of Houston. She's from India. She specializes in working with people from India to get housing here in Houston, and she knew people that are ready to kind of move more towards that lifestyle of being outside the city. She puts together family and friends that know each other, all past clients that want that land all grouped together, kind of like a little compound. And that's her niche. And she said she has about 80 to 100 more people that would like to do this. So anything outside of the Houston area is obviously something that's really good right now because it looks like she's going to come through. God willing, she'll come through. But she definitely looks like she's moving. So talking about agent relationships, it's not just on the buy side for us, it's on the sell side. So the guy that sold it for us on the team, his name's Hugo. He's in Belgium, so he's sleeping right now. He's probably getting around $60,000 in commission just from selling the whole thing because he brought that agent relationship in. And that's someone he can use. That's someone he can use forever. As long as she keeps bringing those groups of family, he can basically print unlimited commission just off of having that relationship with her. So she's basically monetizing our land. We're basically monetizing it from our seller. She's monetizing it from us as us being the seller because we left meat on the bone for her. So right now we kind of noticed a shift. We kind of noticed a shift in the marketplace. I think with election coming up, with holidays coming up, the marketplace kind of slowed down as far as buyers. So we started pushing stuff around 65 to 75% of retail, and things have been moving better. Max deal and Tyler has been moving well. Allen's deal is moving well. So those are two deals that are moving well. And
Lavernia's flying too, man.
yeah, Lavernia is going well. So just things that we're staying undervalued on and competitive on with the marketplace, we're doing well. And a lot of the buyers are coming from agents. From what I'm noticing, a lot of the buyers are coming from agents and working with agents on the buying side for buying our lots. Like even if you guys are doing acquisitions, like let's say you find a really cool agent that likes our business model, ask them if they have anyone in their office that has buyers. Always be mentioning what we're doing. Don't keep it one-sided. Kind of keep it almost like a dual-pronged approach because with the change in commissions and everything as well, agents are going to look for more opportunity to get paid. Either that or they're just going to exit the business. So I think it's a huge opportunity to, and Amy, I think Amy's in here. Amy had the same opportunity as well. Unfortunately, the property was sold, but she was talking with a agent on another property, and unfortunately, that one just didn't really work out for the business model. But she asked if they know of anything or if they have anything else that fits this criteria, and boom, he sent her something like right after they got off the phone. Unfortunately, it had like been under contract for a couple weeks, I think, after he sent it to her, but on land.com, it was still active. But that agent basically did the work for her, did the marketing for her. Same thing with Alan, the other one that we're negotiating. He did an RVM drop, and this agent's not even the listing agent. He just found one that fits our business model that's on the market. And he basically brought it to Alan, on a silver platter without him having to go surf the MLS. So a lot of times it can be a headache, and I've done it. I've looked at thousands of properties in MLS over the past 5 months, and it can get brain foggy. It can get everything. But if you guys are asking these agents and kind of showing them what we do, especially the cool ones, there's going to be ones that are very standoffish, but especially the cool ones, they'll bring you opportunity. And that's something that you guys should leverage, because if you have a team of 5 to 10 agents, and you can realistically be making a few offers a week by not even looking at the damn MLS, just by them bringing it to you. I may try to make a small Loom video on that for what we're looking for, or you guys can use some of our land IDs. Our land IDs are good representations to show agents on what we're looking for. So I can drop a few of those in the Facebook group as well. But same thing, I think we had another property in Freer where an agent brought us like a buyer for 40 acres or something. I believe he brought the deal too. I don't remember. I believe he brought the deal and a buyer. So these agents are dual pronged approach, and I think they're the main way that we can make some more deals happen. We can make some more sales happen is just by leveraging agents more. And I don't think we give them enough credit. I think that there's a lot of shitty ones out there, but when you find a good one, or you find someone you're having a really, really genuine conversation with, don't forget about them. Write them down, save them in your phone. Text them every couple of weeks, ask them if they have anything else or if they know of anything else, like put them in your CRM or whatever it is on a drip. Don't forget about these guys, because I'm telling you, the cool ones will make your life easy. Does anyone have any questions on that, on agent relationships?
Or about this deal?
Is there anything in the chat?
You want to talk about that deal, the other one you made an offer on? You don't have to give the address, but you want to tell us a little bit about the deal, the size of the deal, the offer we made, the terms?
Yeah, so it's 92 acres. It's about an hour 20 outside San Antonio, an hour 20 outside of Austin, in the Texas Triangle. It's one of those counties you can do a 5-acre subdivide. It has 3 sides of frontage. I think we're getting it close to like 12,500 an acre, targeting closer to 100 or $20,000 an acre exit, since we can do 5s as it becomes a little bit more affordable. So, and that one comes with some structures too, and some utilities on one of the lots. Same thing with the El Campo one. It came with a house and a lot. Obviously, that one is what the agent wants as her payment. So we're going to give that to her. But how do I say it? This one comes with a structure as well, so we can kind of up the price per acre on that as well, because it has utilities and a structure. But yeah, we can do a 5-acre subdivide on that. There's a few counties you can do that. Van Zandt, Fannin, and Lavaca County, you can do 5-acre subdivides in without approvals. Same thing as the 10-acre subdivide rule, except some counties have a 5-acre exemption rule. So those are 3 counties to target as well. And I'll put those in the chat, unless Anthony or Daniel want to put those in the chat while I'm talking. But yeah, that one looks pretty good. So I think we shot for 12 months to close. I think right now we have a verbal for 6, pushing for 8 to 9, trying to teeter that thing up, because Anthony said the other day, 6 months with these types of deals sometimes feels like 2 months, these larger properties, because you have time for surveys, you have time for headaches, and 6 months just really does feel like 60 days. Like for the Tyler property, we're almost 90 days in already. If not, we're about a week away from 90 days. So
Can we talk about that, Kyle? Timelines? Like, why do we need 6 months to close? Everybody in here, they're like, man, if I get a deal, 6 months, it sounds like way too long. What happens during those 6 months?
Man, because I'm on the front line of it all, I'm dealing with all the bullshit, dude. There's so much, you got to figure out driveway spacing. You got to have to figure out surveying. Surveyors might lag behind. You might have, like right now, our surveyors, like, I'm out with COVID. Well, when are you going to be back? I'll be back in the field next week. What the fuck? Well, now we're down to 7 days. We paid you like half of the survey fee. So like,
Hey,
there's just
what about this El Campo one, right? We got it 2 weeks ago. We're probably going to be sold out in one day. First showing, 600,000 profit. Well, now what do we got to do to get our money? What are the next few steps? What do the next timelines look like till we get a check?
So next timelines look like, so on this one, honestly, like this one's an anomaly. So we already had a meets and bounds survey. So tomorrow she's drafting the contracts. We did 90 days or before, just so we have time to get all the individual lot surveys. Some people are going to come in with bank financing. So we're doing 90 days or before. And that's just obviously, we're going to try to close it out as quick as possible, but we also have to match up timelines on when everyone can close. So that way we don't have to raise any of the money. It's just a double close from there.
Beautiful. 600K profit on the double close. We got 8 surveys coming back for all these families.
Yeah, there'll be 8 surveys for the families, and then the 9th one will be for the agent. We'll figure out the legality behind giving it to her, probably a trust and sign her the beneficial interest or something.
So the agent doesn't want any money at all. Now, there's a house on property. She said she'll take that house as payment. So that she didn't come in and make us a lowball offer. She raised the price of every track $35,000 on her own. Nobody instructed her to do that. That was her compensating the math in her head to keep that house.
Yeah.
So you never know what these agents want, man. Some of them are really good and creative. I really love working with agents. I've had a lot of great experiences with them.
I literally told her, I said, I love the way you work. And she was like, dude, your business model is so cool. She's like, you guys are doing cool things. Like, I love the way you work too. She's like, bring me another one of these, because I got like 80 to 100 more people that are ready to go for as a family buyer.
But the same thing in Tyler. We have an agent waiting for surveys to come back who has a ton of buyers ready to go.
I mean, we already have some lots pre-sold on that, but we have the one thing about working with agents is this girl. She was an anomaly, obviously, but you can coach agents into what we're doing. Hey, look, we're waiting for surveys to come back. We can make a contingent on this. It doesn't put you or your client at risk because of X, Y, Z. Like, always using disclosures, which we touched on, I think last week or the week before. Always using disclosures is something that we do all the time. But we use disclosures all the time. We coach agents on how to write offers. We coach agents on the process. Like, we're very transparent about what we do, and agents appreciate that. And a lot of times we're paying the commissions personally. So, I think it's something that these agents appreciate, the good ones. Some of them are going to want surveys. Some of them are going to want certain things. They're by the book. But you're going to find that badass one, like on this one in El Campo, and they'll change your life. Like, this girl, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, Anthony and Daniel. I mean, I'm fairly new to the business model, but in the last 3 to 5 years, have you guys ever sold a property this fast, of this size?
Not 600,000 profit in a day. Nope, not even close. No,
Not a 7-figure property. This is the biggest one. Like, we're gonna make a big case study off of this one, because this was definitely.
Think about it. We picked up one deal and created 9 pieces of inventory, and we're going to sell out in a couple of weeks. Like, that's pretty impressive for this business model, because a lot of the times sales don't move that quick. But like I said, with us pushing things below market value, we can really teeter that scale to moving through deals quicker and getting everyone paid quicker and still generating massive profits. And safe, very safe.
Hey, you touched on that, Kyle, but I wanted to see if you can dive a little bit deeper on that. We recently started aiming at lower, right? So we would buy something for closer to retail, and we were comfortable selling it at 90%, 85% of retail. And now we've even scaled that back right now. So what would you say to the people on this call? Like, what do we need to buy at roughly to be able to exit? Where do we need to exit?
So I would say still shooting for 50%. Obviously, the bigger the discount, the better. 50% is still good. Like, let's say you underwrite something or you look at something, retail's 10,000 an acre. Let's sell that thing for like 7,500 an acre as a 10-acre lot. And you could tell based on comps, and you can tell based on availability. You want to beat out the marketplace. So Tyler, we're crushing the marketplace. Like, there's nothing of that nature at that price point on the market. El Campo, like, you're not even close. Like, the next closest one is 20 an acre on a dirt road. So like, you have to be competitive right now with the marketplace and the availability if you want to, teeter the buyers in your favor. So that's something we're doing is we're kind of moving more toward like the 70 to 75% exit price, still shooting for underwriting as 2x based on retail, but we're moving towards trying to sell them quicker, but still underwriting it as a 2x, but moving it more as like a 1.7x ish, but still underwriting it as 2x. But with how fast we're moving things, just to touch on that real again, with how fast we're moving things, our cash on cash is really, it's insane. Like with Tyler, our cash and cash is going to be crazy. With El Campo, it's like virtually infinite returns, because I think we put like 20 grand EMD and then it'll be like 15,000 for the surveys. So it's going to be an extremely, extremely high cash on cash return for getting $600,000 profit. So that's something to touch on too. The faster we move stuff, the 2x is valuable, but it also doesn't matter when we're moving things at an extremely fast pace.
Yeah, we almost did that on this one. We saw that stuff was going for 20 and right above. And then after talking about it, I said, man, let's just dump it quick. Like, let's just hit it for like 169. Like, let's just be massively under retail. And for sure, like I said, in the first showing sold out. That has never happened before. But that's kind of where the market is right now. I think even if we see stuff at retail for 20, we don't want to sell for that. So that's something you guys got to consider when you're looking for deals. We don't want to be anywhere close to retail. Like Kyle said, maybe 75, max 80. That's our target exit price.
The market's softening, so you want to undercut everybody.
Yeah, there's some uncertainty with the election. There's some uncertainty with the economy right now. So you have to kind of play into favor with that and kind of feel the market shifted. And you just have to play along with that. Also, holidays are coming up too. So it's a good opportunity to also pick off some stuff on the acquisition side because investors and developers are going to, kind of hit the sidelines right now with holidays coming up. So for the next 4 months or so, you might be able to negotiate a good deal. Agents are going to want Christmas money, so you might be able to find a nice 5-acre lot that's worth 100. You pick it up for 50 because this agent wants their dang Christmas money or something. So that's something we do too is quick lot flips, try to get it 50, 60 cents on the dollar and flip it. Those you can move a little bit closer to retail or a little bit under retail because it's more of an affordable price point. But we still do push through those a little bit under market value. But that's something we're looking for too, is just quick arbitrage flips, buy something for 50, 60 cents on the dollar and sell it, close to retail 90% or so on those smaller ones.
You got a question in the chat.
Can you give us a short example of what your conversation with an agent explaining our business model? Yeah, I just tell them that we do subdivides, 10-acre subdivides. I essentially just tell them that we do larger timelines to make sure that we have enough time to do surveys. We always pre-market stuff because, we can't just willy-nilly buy something and expect us to turn around and sell it on the market. So we need some time to pre-market it. We're more than happy to put down non-refundable money, just little things like that. I explain. I'll show them examples. Anything that comes up. I mean, a lot of the times you don't even really have to explain a perfect business model. You just kind of really just say what I said. We do ranchettes. You can represent both sides as an intermediary. There's no reason for us to bring in another party. That's if you're calling the listing directly. Obviously, if someone brings you something on the buyer agent side, let them represent the buyer agent side. But realistically, I just I go into the call and be like, hey, we do ranchettes. We do quick subdivides. We typically look for, it depends on the deal, but we typically look for XYZ in closing time. We'll do non-refundable money. And that's really it. See if they want to play ball.
Yeah, I think it's the same conversation over and over. And the more time you come to these calls, the more you're going to hear us say the same thing. And I don't know what people think when they come to this call, but I feel like maybe they think we're holding back the secret sauce. But what we talk about on these calls, those are exactly the offers we're making. And if you're on this call and you're like, well, that offer sounds ridiculous, who would accept that? I mean, we're locking stuff up weekly now, so.
And Alan has a lot of experience with some smaller land stuff. So obviously he has some experience there, but and Alan, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's an easy game. Like the negotiation becomes easier because these are illiquid properties. Like you don't need a true business model pitch. Like you don't need to be a super pitchy salesman. Like you tell them what we do. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. That's it. Like they're just not the agent. They're just not the seller for you. But there's plenty of sellers out there just waiting for us to make offers, and they're out there. It's not a big needle in the haystack. Like the El Campo one was on the market for 6 months at almost 12 an acre, and then we got them down to 10. Like it's not a huge needle in the haystack. They're there. again, you utilize agents to help you find stuff, utilize people that are in the marketplace already, and maybe they know of something, their colleague has something, they have something off market. I don't know, leverage these agents to work for you. Doesn't mean don't go look on MLS, because you still have to find those agents that are going to work for you. You can do text blasting. You can, do some cold calling to find some agents that want to work on your behalf on the buyer agent side, but they're out there that want to work for you.
Yeah, I think it's just about making that first contact and then following up, right? Because a lot of these people don't say yes on the first go. So when people shoot you down, like, who cares? That's just part of the game. You just keep on going. You just got to have thick skin. You just expect to hear no, but you have to touch enough deals, or you have to touch enough people to get a yes, right? And then, like Kyle said, once you have that agent on the phone, like, oh no, I don't think they would ever accept that. Okay, well, Mr. Agent, since you're out there looking at land and you're in this business, do you think you could help me find something, even possibly off market? Right? Have you heard of anything around there where they could take 100,000 down? I sat with a very seasoned land investor who does subdivides, very well connected, very well capitalized a couple weeks ago, and I told him that we would give down 50,000, 100,000 non-refundable, and he looked at me like I had a hole in my head. He's like, "You don't even do any due diligence, or you don't have an option period? I don't need it. We've been doing this long enough. I'd rather lose the 50,000 than lose the deal." Right? And I've lost 50,000 a couple of times. But the upside is tremendous in this business. So 20 to 50,000 becomes a nothing number. So but yeah, it's just making the offers, being intelligent, communicating with the agents. Don't forget the agents are people. Don't treat them like a robot. You do your pitch and they're like, no, they're not going to accept that. Or, hey, they said no. Okay. And that's it. You're done. No, get back in there and say, hey, what else do you know out there that's similar to this? Have you heard of anything else like this? If I bought another ranch in this area, do you have buyers that are looking for 10-acre tracts or 20-acre tracts? I had an agent tell us one time, she said, if you cut this thing up into 10-acre tracts, I got 5 or 10 buyers ready to go right now.
Yeah.
And now it makes that deal a little bit more interesting, because if they're serious and they can get me a handful of LOIs before I sign the contract, then I'm in on that deal. And maybe we can afford to pay a little more if we know we're going to have it sold quickly. So it's just about being creative. I say ask crazy questions, make crazy offers. You never know what somebody's going to say yes to. You never know what people are interested in, and don't assume. I think a lot of us assume that, oh no, they're never going to accept that. Oh no, that offer sounds too low. Like, who cares? I mean, it's just part of what you do. It's your business. We're not trying to cheat anybody. We're just telling them, like, hey, look, nothing's moving at that price, but we can buy it. You've been on the market for 6 months. You've been on it for a year. You can go to Zillow or Redfin or any of those guys, and you can switch the filters on to show you what's been listed for a year, 2 years, and just start making offers, working your way backwards. Start at 2 years and start working your way backwards.
There's something wrong with it, or they're at a price point that it's just not sellable right now. So if you can get it on terms, or you can get a nice discount. Like Alan's deal was already almost 50 cents on the dollar of retail value for a 10-acre lot. Like there are deals out there where the negotiation becomes very easy because they're already a good price, or they're already open to seller financing. There's a lot of things that are working in your favor, just by asking questions and knowing what to look for. Go ahead.
Hey, think about that. This property's listed on the market for 6 months at almost half of retail, and it still wasn't moving. We come in and pick it up and sell it for full retail price, but broken up, right? So that's the magic in what we do.
So the main thing about that too is the price point. So we talk about this every once in a while, is that the higher the price point, the less buyers there are. So even us and even the marketplace knows it's below retail. There's no buyers at that price point.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell agents that, hey, there's very little buyers at your price point, but we'll play, and we'll play with non-refundable money, but we need time.
Yeah.
So you got to.
This is why I think we have the power, guys. If you're on this call, you have the power,
Yeah.
because we have access to the capital, right? And we're smart. We're not going to throw $1 million, $2 million into one deal, but we'll put 50 to 150 or 200, no matter what. You have a deal, we'll raise that money for you. There's no chance that capital is not going to be there for your deal. So
Yeah.
you have the power. You have the negotiating power when you're on the phone, because you have the cash. So when you're talking to these agents, we're just what Daniel said right now. There's no buyers coming to save you guys. You've been on the market for 9 months. We're making you an amazing offer. We're offering you, pretty much close to what you're asking. Why would you guys be opposed to that if you know it's not going anywhere? Nobody's coming to save you. This agent, one time, she got me frustrated, and I wasn't done with her already. And I said, okay, that's fine. I said, don't worry about it. I said, I'll call you back in about 3 or 6 months and check on you guys. But my offer's still going to be the same, possibly a little less. Sure enough, we got a few months later, and our offer was a little lower. So the same thing is just like, just be real with these people. You don't have to beat them up. You don't have to get flustered like I did. But yeah, just make your offers and just let them know nobody's coming to save you. It's not happening. Nobody's gonna come and write that $2 or $3 million check. So you have the power because you have the power to write a check right away.